Sorry to talk you to death.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just glad that you're okay and, you know,
Yeah, I'm not having any, you know, giving up on life thoughts. If anything, I'm having go live life thoughts. I would,
yeah,
I'll always wish that Nathan would have done that. I mean, he was only 23. He had all this energy. I'm like literally falling apart at 41. I was getting up from the poker table last night and two spots, two spots on my left hand re-injured just from trying to like adjust my hoodie or grab my poker chips or something, and then my left wrist re-injured from trying to tie my hoodie to my waist.
you probably have arthritis. So it may not be that it's re-injuring, it's just the arthritis is causing the pain.
No, well, I have tendons and ligaments that aren't fully healed, and I'm re-pulling them, like
Okay,
hyperextending them or whatever.
gotcha.
And yeah, my phone is like super large and heavy, so that doesn't help. I need to get a little. I need a kickstand, so I'm not holding it all the time.
Yeah.
I need there's this YouTuber he ties like support to like around his waist, and then like an extension arm comes out and then it holds his phone for him. I need to do that.
Funny. Mm.
This guy's a genius. His name's Michael Trahan. He's still like super young, and he's done multiple videos turning a penny into like $100,000, and he literally does it and records everything. He just goes to random people in public and he's like, I'll trade this penny, for this pen, and then he'll trade the pen for something slightly or more valuable, and then just keep trading up. It's genius,
Yeah.
actually. You could literally turn a penny into a house, and he actually did that. But the house he got was like pretty broken down. It was definitely a fixer upper. But like that is insane that he was able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, why slave away at a job when you can not only trade a penny up to a fixer upper, but then like make a viral YouTube video that makes you like $3,000 from all the views.
Yeah.
Um,
That's like the Toyota Post guy. Um, that's what they make their money off, the ads on their Facebook posts and stuff, you know.
wow,
So
oh yeah. And this is hilarious. So one of my videos has like a poker chip as my thumb, or poker chip stacks as my thumbnail. Um, and it's already got like almost 100 views in a couple of days, and like I'm not sharing it with anyone, and it doesn't even put poker in the title. It's just the thumbnail. It just says like April, whatever, April 7th, 2026 is the title. um, and somehow it has 100 views on a page that I only have 4 subscribers. That is mostly like private video diaries or like the music videos I made for Carla. Um, so somehow the YouTube algorithm is showing that video to people, and they're seeing the poker chips, and that's making them click. So I'm like, damn, what if I actually made a poker channel like I've talked about for years?
yeah.
Um,
Um, well, I know you haven't been on Facebook, so I guess so you probably didn't see there a kid, so a 14-year-old boy across near the housing development there across from Tays Valley High School.
yeah.
Tays Valley High School, where you went to high school.
Yep.
Across the street, that like there's that street that goes into that housing development back
Yep.
there, and he's a 16-year-old stabbed this 14-year-old kid,
Oh,
and he ran to the school. Anyways, that 16-year-old's been arrested, but it's like wild.
wow. Did you
So,
see? Did you hear about Katie Zhang?
no.
So she's a senior track and cross country runner.
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah,
That
she 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 broke the high school national indoor 2 mile all
yeah,
time record,
that was insane.
and she ran
That's
the
not,
sixth fastest indoor mile ever in for American high schooler.
that's crazy, isn't it?
Um, and and
A little
yes,
old, like,
yeah, and even though she's super skinny, she has like more leg muscles than I had as a senior. um, and the funny thing is, when she broke that record, uh, she ran the way I would run, except for to me it was a mistake. Like I would go out way too hard, and then like burn out at the end of the race a lot of times, and then people would pass me. Like I would get like a huge lead, and then they would catch up to me. But yeah, she went out insanely hard, and then just kept going. Like she ran her first mile in like basically 2 seconds, 1 or 2 seconds faster than my single mile personal record. I ran like a 4:45. She ran like 4:44, 4:43 just for her first mile, and she had to run another mile. So that's impressive that if, yeah, a girl much shorter than me was able to do that.
yeah.
Um, I mean, she has a really strong heart, yeah, cardiovascular system, and her VO2 max, her ability to convert oxygen and all that.
Right.
And she picked Indiana University when a part of me wants to message her and say, I think you should go to Washington because three of the top six fastest seniors are all going to Washington. So if she would go with them, they would be like unbeatable.
Yeah.
It'd be unfair, but yeah, she chose Indiana. Also, I'm sure Washington has like some upper classmen that are faster than Katie Zhang is already. Literally college Division One runners, but
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah, she might not even be in the top 5 on that team. But that's cool because like for the rest of my life, I get to like follow someone that from my high school that might end up in the Olympics.
Yeah. She very well may.
There was a guy from Fairfield Union. His name was Rob Myers. He was a couple of years ahead of me in high school, and he ran. Yeah, he ended up running. I think he ran in the Olympics or some type of world championships. And the funny thing is, he was only a couple seconds slower than, or a few seconds slower than, like the number one in the world at that time. But like 5 seconds in a distance event can still be like, you could still come in like 7th place, But like that's still phenomenal that someone from Fairfield Union, made it that far. And like when I ran cross country, he was like pretty much God to all of us. Like, and people would see him, running in the back like streets of like Lancaster or that area on the side of the road, kind of like what I did in Nashville. That is one life regret I do have. I wish you would have came to like at least one like track or cross country meet so you could see like how.
I did.
You did? When?
Heck yes. I attended several.
You did?
Yes.
Track meets or cross country?
Both.
Huh. Wow, that is one of the rare moments in my life that I actually am forgetting something. Then for some reason I thought Bob had only came to one middle school meet, Yeah, it was Adam Walters, Daniel Utz, and then me went 1, 2, and 3 because Carl Slowinski from Canal Winchester, he had asthma, and that allowed me to beat him for the first time ever. So we like destroyed the league meet that race, and I just remember Coach Diltz like jumping for joy, and yeah, Bob was near the finish line on the side of the fence. But for some reason, I thought you had never came to a single race.
Oh, I did. Yeah, sitting out there because it would take forever and it would be chilly, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you, Mom, for
mhm.
thank you for coming. And I'd also forgotten that in middle school, my first ever race, Aunt Pam told me this at Nathan, whatever
Uh-huh.
the luncheon.
Yeah.
Aunt Pam said she watched my first ever middle school race, and I won. I ran the 400-meter dash, and I won. And I still barely remember that, but I feel like I don't know. It must have been a really small like Circleville home meet, and um, obviously Adam Wallers did not run in the 400s with me because I would have got smoked. But yeah, or maybe they ran multiple heats or something like that, and then I won my heat. I don't know.
Yeah, I know she was talking about that. She's talked about it a couple times, but it's like, yeah, I didn't realize that she had been so, or I don't remember, I don't recall,
Yeah.
you know. So, but yeah, yes, I was there. I wasn't at every one of them, but I was
Oh,
there.
thank you so much, Mom. I feel horrible forgetting that. I'm glad I brought that up because I would have continued to think that you never went.
They're like, oh, you didn't even support me.
I know, yeah, because yeah, running was literally my life from
all, all that, yeah.
the end
So,
of seventh grade track season. For some reason, I didn't run as cross country that year. I like procrastinated, and ended up not waiting too long. Um, I still have, I'll always have the basketball regrets. Do you realize that my senior year of tryouts at Tays Valley, I won every single suicide sprint, and the guy that came in second place to me, Tyler Davis, he's still my Facebook friend. He went to the state track meet for the 800, which is basically a half a mile, and then the 400, which is basically a quarter mile, and then
uh-huh.
and then the high jump, and he broke our school's high jump record. He jumped like 6'10",
Well,
and taller than me, and he was like 6'2". So yeah, a state caliber athlete, and I beat him every single sprint, and he would be just behind me, and
uh-huh.
it's where you run baseline to foul line, back to
Oh
the base.
yeah,
You know it?
I
Okay.
know it's are. Believe
Okay.
me, I didn't have them.
And the rest of the team, maybe like one or two people were like at half court to the other foul line, and the entire rest of the people at tryouts were at the other baseline when I finished. Me and Tyler finished, um, and they still cut me. And then the coach, took every athlete into his office to tell them, their decision. And he had the nerve to tell me, "I'm sorry, you're just not what we're looking for." And I was like, "So you're not looking for the most athletic person at try or the fastest and tallest person at tryouts?" And that, will always have me on the inside the rest of my life.
Well, I think part of that was small town politics, right? Or
Yes.
whatever.
And also, I did something that arguably deserved that, but like 2 years later, you think they would have forgiven me. And he probably went to church. So the day of tryouts in 10th grade, I quit the team because as a ninth grader, I got bullied by my teammates. Like the same thing that happened to me at the M or WCA in Cortland happened to me as a freshman at Tays Valley. My own teammates threw my clothes in the hallway, and it's a freaking elementary school. I mean, it was after hours, but and then
Oh my God.
they were trying to like whip me with a towel. That's just literally the same thing that happened to me. Well, the towel whipping happened to me as a kid, but on the freshman basketball team, they threw my clothes in the hallway, so I had to go butt naked.
I don't remember. Did you not tell me about that?
I thought I did, but yeah, because I thought you were trying to argue with me whether it was the YWCA or the YMCA. But like, yeah, we went swimming, or at least, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, you were there, and like, I was too like shy and like introverted, I think. So these random teenagers came into the locker room, and it was just me and them, and like, they were whipping me with a towel, and they threw my clothes in the hallway, and I was too afraid to like call for help, and I just kind of like sat there naked for a long time, and then I think you or someone finally like called for me and realized something might be wrong, or were wondering like what was taking so long. So I just like waited there. um,
I'm sorry.
but anyways, yeah, quitting the team the day of tryouts in 10th grade, they obviously that created a grudge. So the next 2 years they just cut me. And also I was going to Eastland Career Center, and then that's another reason he said, it's not fair to the other students because I didn't have my own vehicle and the bus was going to make me 30 minutes late to practice. But like, I could have probably sued the hell out of them for that. Like, they can't discriminate against me for being they literally offer vocational classes, and then I do that, and then, oh, now
Right.
you can't play for our sports team. And also, I'm pretty sure the fact that I won every single sprint and they cut me from the team, they probably could have sued them for that too. Like, what's the point of having a tryout? um,
Well, it may come down to skills too.
well, I literally played park basketball all my life. For a 6'8" guy, I had phenomenal dribbling. I literally could dribble between my legs, around my back, speed dribble in multiple directions between my legs, everything the point guards could do. Um, I could fast break, like someone tried to like make a steal, and I just like dribble around my back like Magic Johnson, and then like take a couple steps and like slam dunk. I literally could do it. The only hole in my game was um, my shooting percentage, jump shots and 3 pointers. I never had a shooting coach, and also when I shot with my right hand, and when I pulled my left hand away from the ball, I like flung it backwards to the side, so it looked really awkward. Um, most people, like Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they would keep their supporting left hand near their other hand, but for some reason that my brain wanted to flick it backwards. um, um, and also just the fact that I had so much goddamn stamina from being like top four, arguably top two cross country runner in the league as a senior. Also, I ran a mile that year faster than anyone in the entire NBA. Um, so that coach was completely clueless about what he had in his possession. Um, I could play especially high school is like a lot shorter than like an NBA game. I could literally run full speed the entire game and fast break, and no team would be able to stop me unless they fouled me. Um, and I was an amazing passer. I could pass full court, do whatever I needed to do. Um, I was like the ultimate fucking. I would basically have been like an NBA player playing in a high school game, and they fucking cut me.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like that. A lot of that is just because you didn't go there your whole life. Hayes Valley is like that.
Yeah, that's what they told me. I,
Uh,
so I went to the 8th grade tryout when we changed schools, and they literally said, "Oh, this team has been together since 2nd grade, and we don't want to like, put a wedge in that." But then they changed their mind and they put me on the freshman team the next year.
yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, my senior year, Chad Morrison, his dad became the new district superintendent, and they put him on the team, and I killed him at the tryouts. He was
Yeah.
skinnier than me, way less endurance. He did run cross country, but way slower than me and way weaker. And he was only 6'4". And the starting center was Andrew Johnson. He was 6'4" and had like a 40 plus inch vertical. So do you realize we would have been unbeatable, like me and Andrew Johnson on the same team, and Tyler
Yeah.
Davis as the shooting guard, and we had this guy Josh Bigley as a point guard. Well, one final thing I wanted to add was both of those years they cut me as a junior and senior. Um, like they went like 1-9 and like 0-10, and that's the freaking team that cut me. That is disgusting. I
Yeah.
wasn't good enough to make the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
And I know with all my life I would have been the best player in the entire league. There's no, even though Adam Walters was a better mile and like 5K runner than me. Like um, I had my height was a would have been a major advantage over him in basketball.
Yeah.
I would have had way more rebounds, way more points than him. Um, apart, and then finally, I know it's horrible that I haven't listened to the like dozen videos Carla sent me, if they're even still there. If I don't watch videos she sends me after a while, she'll just get resentment and delete them. I've done the same thing, but um, if they're still there, and if she keeps like, and if it's still her like having accused me, um, I don't know. I just need to man up and just breathe and be like, all right, that's just Carla and how she is, and then just try and calmly respond and reassure her, and be like, well, I, you know, recorded myself for an entire week, so if I'm not like, sleeping with anyone else when I literally have a hotel room in a casino, I hope you know that while we were together and things were good, that I definitely was not doing that.
Yeah.
But sadly, knowing Carla, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you could just be trying to cover up and make it look like you're not doing that, because you're guilty of doing it." Whatever 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like it's something she's already said in the past in a similar situation.
Yeah.
Like another thing that kills me is when I get her flowers, the first thing out of her mouth is, "What did you do? What are you apologizing for? Like, what are you guilty of?"
Oh my goodness.
Like that's just so unhealthy, but that's who she is. Like I put in all that effort to like show my devotion and love to her, and I get the opposite response. Like this is a symbol of me not doing those things, Carla.
Right. Do you remember me driving you back and forth to Circleville every day?
Yeah, yeah. And then eventually Coach Diltz was coming to pick me up, and even he got burnt out. Because he knew that we had a freaking super team. Man, our fucking cross country team was loaded.
That was my job.
If
I couldn't.
Yeah. I think they might have won the league without me that year. So like, if I would have stayed on Circle's middle school boys cross country team, we would have killed everyone else.
Yeah. I just got your
Yeah.
So do they make you change rooms every night?
No, no, and I declined housekeeping because it's not like I'm that. I mean, I shower every day, so I don't really need to change the sheets, they give you plenty of towels.
Well, if you still have those, I mean, I'm gonna try to come out in September.
Right.
You still have.
Yeah, I can look right now. I said I can look right now.
For September.
Yeah.
Well, don't look right now, but
yeah.
I mean, I gotta still see what's gonna go on with Bob. So you can get them Monday through Thursday night.
Sunday through Friday morning. Yeah.
Monday through Thursday night. Okay. Because I can't remember. I'll have to look at what the flights are because the flights, they only run like 2 days a week. So I have to figure that out. I don't know if it's Sunday through Sunday and Thursday.
Well, you can come to Vegas any day of the week from Columbus, but
Do what?
you can come to Vegas literally any day of the week from Columbus.
Well, I have a credit from Allegiant.
Oh, okay.
I would want to use, but I would have to leave out of Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. They used to go from Columbus.
If I don't use it, I'll lose it. Because I was supposed to have gone to Florida in, I don't know if it was January or February. I think January. Because one of my agent friends, her dad owns a condo down there, and she goes down every year for her birthday and stays in that condo, but he didn't have anybody renting it the following week, so he told her she could just stay another week in it. So we wouldn't have to pay for anything. So like I paid for my flight and I paid for a vehicle. Well, me and another agent split the vehicle cost, and we were gonna go down, and then I got that norovirus or whatever from the middle. I got sick and I wasn't able to go. So there was like, I think it was we went for Everly's birthday party, and then like 4 or 5 of us got sick from that. I didn't. I got sick from D. D got sick from there, and then I got sick from D. And so I couldn't go I couldn't go. So now I have this credit. So, and I can't use it in May when I go to Florida, for my sister trip, because they don't fly into Jacksonville. They only fly into Savannah. And trying to work all that out with everybody, I had to fly I have to fly with a different airline.
You remind me, I have like 550 in service credits for my car, but it has to be even though I have a Lincoln, I would have to do it. It's through my GM credit card, so GM related dealership service center. But I'm so focused on, I still have to play like 28 hours of poker minimum for this promotion. You can do up to 150 hours total. In the free roll tournament, you'll get a 50% bigger starting stack, but it's only 10,000 more chips. So if you get 100 hours, you get 20,000, and if you do 150 hours, you get 30,000. But like you can just make 10,000 chips in a single poker hand. So, is it really? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, is it really worth playing 50 hours for 10,000 more chips when you can just win it in one hand of poker, I guess, in the tournament?
Yeah. I'm confused. You sent me 2 charts, but like the week of the 14th, on the first one it says $34, and on the second one it says $134.
Okay, so the first picture is, oh yeah, I get, is Harrah's. Sorry, Harrah's Casino. You can barely see the name. and then the second one is Horseshoe.
Oh, I would have to actually click on it. Oh no, I can't. Oh,
Yeah.
Harrod's way at the top.
Yeah.
I think that's the week I was going to try to come. Let me see, because that's the week that he's on vacation. That's the week I'm on vacation, but still 34 or even 134 a night is doable, you know.
So obviously Harrah's is currently way cheaper than the Horseshoe. It's $34, or it's comped on the 13th and 17th.
Which one's nicer?
I think they're both comparable. Honestly, they're both similar. So Horseshoe has bigger rooms, and Horseshoe you're like guaranteed to have a mini fridge, and the mini fridges are hidden in, like inside the TV stand, by the way, the drawers. One of the doors, it looks like a drawer, but it really opens up. There's the fridge inside there. And then Harrah's sometimes you'll get a mini fridge, or you have to like request them to bring one. But yeah, the rooms at Horseshoe are pretty big, I guess.
Okay.
For a one bedroom, yeah.
But by then you may have more. Your comps might be different, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They could take the free nights away, or also the reason that those weekdays aren't free is because there's some type of event happening. Most likely, yeah.
Gotcha.
So they raise the prices up.
Yeah, let me pull up the Allegiant from Cincinnati.
It could.
Yeah, they have flights going from Columbus, from Ricker to Las Vegas, but they may add them by then. You know what I mean? So they fly on Sundays and Thursdays, so I could fly in on the 12th and fly out on the 16th, which that would work. Okay. But I just don't know right at this moment, like if it would just be me, or if it'll be me and Bob. If Bob can't go, Sheila might go with me. So.
Also, if I don't know if this will change anything, but there's a chance that last summer's I had two poker backers. If they buy me into a bunch of tournaments this summer, I don't even know. I haven't talked to either of them, so I don't even know if they're going to buy me into any tournament. But that could give me free nights on the weekend. But to get free nights on the weekend, you have to like spend a lot of money in the casino, like literally $100,000. So I don't.
I would be okay doing the Sunday through Thursday.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's fine with me. So that probably would actually work out better because well, even Thursday through Sunday would work. But Sunday to Thursday, wait. Oh my goodness, let me pull this back up. It gives me more time to do Sunday through Thursday instead of Thursday through Sunday. Because Sunday through Thursday, I'm flying on Sunday, flying on Thursday, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and the other day it's only 4 days. And really, it only gives you 3 days in Vegas.
Oh, here's another thing I should throw out there. I don't even know if I'm going to be in Las Vegas in September.
Oh, why is that?
Well, like I said, it's been eating at me, especially for the past year, like to get out there and travel. But I can make sure that I'm here. But for example, I'm in an annoying predicament right now where I promised my friend Keith, he's someone I met at a poker room a few years ago. I booked a room for him April 24th for a few days, and this whole week, I had 40 hours of poker left to play. I could have knocked that out in a week, and then like while Carl and I weren't talking, I could have actually got out there and traveled somewhere. I have like over $40,000 $40,000 to work with. So if I really wanted to get away,
and that's with your line of credit.
Yeah.
That credit cards, well, don't be blowing. You don't want to go bankrupt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like run it up, but I'm just saying if I wanted to do one trip, it's not gonna kill me.
Would you have to do it in September?
No, but okay, so I have to be back if I want to not break my promise to Heath. I have to be here physically to check him in on April 24th, and I promised to pick him up from the airport. He went through a breakup himself, so this is like his getaway. So like I want to go to Southern Illinois, and before it was another family member, because they're all up there in age, and anyways, I was thinking about driving, but like I know, especially if I drive, I'm gonna want to take my time instead of driving. Get there as fast as possible. So like it could literally turn into like a 1 or 2 month ordeal, like when I drove, to Ohio, to New Orleans and Ohio that one time, and almost killed my nephews, with getting hit by an ambulance. Yeah, I literally took me, I think, a month at least to make it to Ohio doing that.
Yeah. Well, and it took forever to get down to Vegas.
Yeah. Because I hate all these times I've just driven across the country and then didn't stop and enjoy the sights or whatever, or take more time. And then also, if I do get my head out of my butt and make something happen with poker, like I had 2 chances in the last 3 weeks. I had 2 tournaments. I ran super deep. I was in like 30th place in both of them, and one of them I had a chance to win like let's just say 13,000, and the other one I had a chance to win over 100,000, and I blew both of those. I lost my patience, and I went all in with hands I should not have. I didn't need to.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it off here, so I can get the dog.
Yeah.
And I grab them.
I got a resolution too. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Love you, Mom.
See ya.
Bye.